Okay, finally, it's time for lesson 60. This is the last review lesson for this first section of review. So let's dive in. Lesson 60, 1/46. God is the love in which I forgive. God does not forgive because he has never condemned. So God doesn't need to forgive you because he doesn't condemn you. He doesn't see these things that you think you've done wrong. He understands you're learning. It's kind of like if a 3-year-old does something unkind or impulsive, we don't punish them. We simply give them an opportunity to learn and grow because we recognize they're learning. That's kind of like how I see what God's doing with us. You don't need to ask for his forgiveness, but you need to forgive yourself. The blameless cannot blame, and those who have accepted their innocence see nothing to forgive. Yet forgiveness is the means by which I will recognize my innocence. It is the reflection of God's love on earth. It will bring me near enough to heaven that the love of God can reach down to me and raise me up to him. So you already are innocent. You're perfectly innocent. Everything we're doing in this world, we're learning as we go. And things that have happened to us, experiences we've had, they influence the decisions we make. And until we learn how to let go of those past things, we can get into these patterns, these cycles of repeating the same mistakes. But that's all they are. They're mistakes. And you can change. And you can choose differently. And so forgiveness is a gift we are given by the Holy Spirit or our higher self to learn how to move past these things that we're holding on to. So God is the love in which I forgive. We find that love within us. It's always there. I put a little thing that says, forgiveness is a vehicle to bring me to love. So we don't really feel that elation and euphoria of love within us and for everyone until we've really cleaned out the dirt. And so to clean that dirt out, we use forgiveness. And the more we clean that out, the more we get out from under this junk that we've built up over ourselves, we can find that light of love. Maybe that's cheesy, but whatever. Okay, 2/47. God is the strength in which I trust. It is not my own strength through which I forgive. It is through the strength of God in me, which I am remembering as I forgive. As I begin to see, I recognize his reflection on earth. I forgive all things because I feel the stirring of his strength in me. And I begin to remember the love I chose to forget, but which has not forgotten me. So remember, I just see God as love. They're synonymous. So we're remembering that love from within as we forgive. It starts to blossom. It starts to just expand. And as I begin to see, I recognize his reflection on earth. So as you begin to work through all of the darkness that you have inside, you start to see the love that is all around you and has always been around you. It was just obscured. But you can get past that and you can see the love in all the people around you, the love in all of the plants and animals and creation. Everything out there was made from somebody who was trying their best. We're all trying our best. Sometimes our best is not the greatest, but what can you do? Everybody's best is different, and your best is different on different days. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh wait, I have a little note here. Forgiveness helps me find the strength and love of God within me. So forgiveness is just, it's paramount. You have to have forgiveness and find forgiveness and start to really understand it and apply it to anyone and everything in your life and yourself in order to get stronger and be full of love. It's just the way it is. Okay, 3/48. I love this one. There is nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. How safe the world will look to me when I can see it. It will not look anything like what I imagine I see now. Everyone and everything I see will lean toward me to bless me. I will recognize in everyone, my dearest friend. What could there be to fear in a world that I have forgiven and that has forgiven me? There's nothing to fear. So remember when I was talking about you're in a dark room and you can't see, and it's scary because you don't know if you're going to bump into something or fall in a hole. When the light comes on, you can suddenly see and move about with confidence and grace and have fun. But when you are in fear, you're in darkness, in spiritual darkness. And so everyone, we are all connected. All of us are connected. Everyone is your brother. Everyone is your sister. Well, I guess we're all brothers, but we're all related. And that is true. I mean, you come down to genetics, like we're all connected eventually, physically, but also our energy is all connected. It expands beyond our beings. So it's a pretty cool thing when you sit down next to somebody on a bus and you see them as a friend and you start to get to know them and you discover a lot of incredible things about them and they about you. And you learn that we really are all connected. The more you learn about somebody, the more you realize that you probably do have direct connections in some way. You both lived in the same town or worked for a certain city or loved the same movie show. Movie show? Sure, I'll go with it. Anyway, you see what I'm getting at. Okay, 4/49. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. There is not a moment in which God's voice ceases to call on my forgiveness to save me. Your forgiveness saves who? It saves you. That's it. There is not a moment in which his voice fails to direct my thoughts, guide my actions, and lead my feet. I am walking steadily on toward truth. There is nowhere else I can go because God's voice is the only voice and the only guide that has been given to his Son. The voice of love. God's voice, love's voice. So remember, again, when we clear that darkness out and we're able to get through and we've forgiven and we get to the place of love, love's voice is always looking out for your best interest and your happiness and that of others. You learn how to respond from a place of love, not of defense, not of attack. I'll admit, my sister and I were working together on at this convention for her company. She and I were together Friday through Wednesday, almost nonstop. Had to share a bed and everything. It was pretty much nonstop. And we both were not making time to meditate. And so on the third day of the convention, she said something and I got defensive, which then she turned around and turned it around on me. And I'm thinking, why is she turning around on me? Like, she's the one who's doing this. And then I just realized that is prime example of how attack thoughts or defense are attack thoughts, and attack thoughts get more attack thoughts. And I wasn't responding from a place of love. But if I could have quieted my ego and been connected to God's voice or love's voice, that exchange or interaction probably would have gone a lot differently. And I probably would have been able to help her understand how what she was saying was hurting my feelings, and she was holding on to one mistake I had made like the day before, and I was so frustrated that she kept telling everybody about this mistake. It's like, geez, I've been working for so many days, so many hours, doing my best, and I make one mistake and she wouldn't let it go. And because I was defensive, she couldn't even hear what I was trying to say because it just came out attack, attack, attack. So it's a reminder to connect, to be in tune with the voice of love so that then we can respond with love. Okay. Oh, wait, there's a note here. So there is not a moment in which his voice fails to direct my thoughts, guide my actions, and lead my feet. I wrote, this is a promise. It's a promise. So slow down, check in, tune to God's frequency or love's frequency, station or voice. Learn the voice of love. It's always guiding. I only have to listen. I just have to listen. And I have this little cheesy thing I wrote, listen to glisten. So like to find the light within and shine forth, to really shine, you must listen to the voice of love. When you do that, life's great and you're shining. Okay, last one. 5/50. I am sustained by the love of God. As I listen to God's voice, I am sustained by His love. As I open my eyes, His love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, His love reminds me that His Son, us, you, me, is sinless. And as I look upon the world with the vision He has given me, I remember that I am His Son. Okay, so I am sinless. All are sinless. We are all learning. So remember, any one of these passages you read that's pertaining to you personally, it's pertaining to everyone who reads this book, and really anyone can read this book. So all of us are sinless. All of us are the Son of God. We are all connected. We're all the sons of love. We are all of love. Deep down, remember, when you get out from under your junk, you will look with compassion on those who are reacting from a place of defense or fear or anger, and you'll see, oh man, I remember being there. I remember how I felt, and it was scary, and I couldn't see the light. And now that I'm out from under it, I understand why they're doing what they're doing, and you can understand that love is the answer and forgiveness is the answer because you've climbed out of your junk. So I am sustained by the love of God. This is so beautiful. It is just incredible. I want to read it once more slowly. As I listen to love's voice, I'm changing the word of God to love. As I listen to love's voice, I am sustained by His love, or just by love. As I open my eyes, love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, love reminds me that I am sinless. As I look upon the world with vision love has given me, I remember that I am the Son of Love. You are. We are pure love. At our essence, that's what we are. That's what our energy is. And it extends well beyond the form of your body. So, enjoy this lesson, and I will see you for lesson 61. Take care.